Hospital workers, what's the creepiest thing you've ever seen? I was working a late shift on the surgical ward, covering for a colleague who had called in sick. It was quiet for once, the kind of still where even the machines beep softly, as if they knew to keep it down. Around midnight, a patient named Thomas Holloway was wheeled into the pre-op area. He was scheduled for a relatively simple laparoscopic gallbladder removal. He joked with the nurses as he signed the consent form. His wife kissed him on the forehead before they rolled him in. I remember because she was crying and he smiled at her like he was invincible. I wasn't in the operating room, but I was nearby at the station when it happened. About halfway through the procedure, a nurse ran out looking pale, eyes wide. She didn't say anything at first, just stared at the floor. Then the surgeon came out, and the look on his face said everything. They'd operated on the wrong patient. It was a mix-up between two Thomases. One was there for gallbladder surgery. The other, Thomas Henry, had a different procedure scheduled for the next day. Something minor, outpatient, no general anesthesia required. But the charts got swapped at intake. No one caught it. They prepped the wrong Thomas for gallbladder removal, and the team didn't realize until they were already inside him. By then, the damage was done. The man they operated on wasn't stable enough for surgery like that. He had an undiagnosed heart condition that wasn't in the chart they were working from. His heart gave out on the table before they could close. Code Blue was called. I ran in to help. There were people everywhere, but the energy in that room was strange. Not panic, just this heavy silence beneath the noise, like everyone was moving underwater. We worked on him for 45 minutes. He was pronounced dead at 1:47 a.m. Security escorted the family into a private room. I didn't hear what was said, but I saw the wife's face through the small glass window. She went from confused to devastated in seconds. The kind of grief that has no sound. The kind that just crumples a person. That night, none of us went home. The whole surgical staff was questioned. Paperwork was combed through. Every patient wristband was rechecked. It turned out the intake nurse had entered the wrong patient ID into the system. The name matched, and no one caught the mistake before anesthesia started. An investigation followed. People were suspended, policies were rewritten, but that didn't change what happened. What stayed with me wasn't just the error. It was what happened after. For weeks, staff on that floor reported strange things. Machines turning on by themselves, call buttons going off in empty rooms. Room 306, the one where Thomas had been prepped, had to be closed for a while because patients kept saying they saw a man standing in the corner watching them. I never saw him, but I stopped walking past that room alone. Even after the paint was changed and the equipment moved, it felt colder than the rest. I've seen death in hospitals before, but this one never felt finished.